the bye in the first round. You've got Sabine Lisicki or a qualifier. Sabine would obviously make us pretty tough first up opponent.
Yeah, well, I think coming into this tournament, it's one of the toughest fields in the 3 tournaments that are going on, around the globe for the women's tour. You always want to start off with the toughest competition. This is a tournament I love coming back to. I tried to play for many years. It was my first time on court last year, so it's great to be back. I had a wonderful experience, and looking forward to getting the year started on a good note.
You won about 33 career titles, but the fact that you missed this one last year, does it sort of burn a little bit? Do you like to tick this one off, go one better than last year?
Yeah, of course. I haven't played it too many times, so I haven't had a lot of chances. But I certainly hope to have the best performance, and I'd love, definitely after traveling around the world and having the opportunity to hold a lot of trophies, it would be really meaningful to hold this one for the first time.
How do you feel? Do you feel like you've had a good enough break, but also a good enough pre-season that you?
Yeah, it's been a good couple of months. Had to travel quite a bit in the month of November, month of December. Just spent training, being with the family a bit, which was nice. It was a long traveling season with a lot of tournaments. So it was just great to just have a nice holiday season at home and be able to spend it with friends and family.
Maria, Sabine's on here very early in the week. She's obviously taking this tournament very seriously. How dangerous is it for you if you do get rolled here in one match, and what impact would that have on your Grand Slam preparation?
Oh, well, you can't look at it that way. I mean, you have to take in your next opponent as the toughest one always, and no matter if it's the first round or the final, that's how it goes. I've had good success in my career against Sabine. I've also had tough losses against her in a few 3-setters. So of course it's always a difficult challenge to play against her, but that's what you want coming into a Grand Slam is matches like these.
Is it disappointing then not to have Serena Williams?
Well, I think she's had great success here, so I think it's a bit of a surprise for the tournament. But overall, we can't really determine who plays. We can only think about ourselves, and I was really happy to come back and be playing here again.
Maria, when you came here 12 months ago, you were coming off a break with the shoulder.
Right.
You had some new members in your team. You must be a lot more certain about what you're getting into this time.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of, sitting in this chair a year ago, I didn't quite know what my expectations were or what to expect of my body, how it would handle a long season. But I had a very healthy 2014. That was my biggest goal in the beginning of last year, and I was able to achieve that quite well. I don't think I missed one tournament, which I don't know if I've ever done in my career. So I won a Grand Slam. I've added that, to my career, and kind of starting off clean slate here. Have the same team as I did last year, which is always nice. We spent a whole year together and learn a lot about each other. And it's always a process, but it's one big learning process, and I enjoy that. That's the great thing of having a tough professional career.
See on your schedule you're down to play Davis Cup after the Australian Open.
Fed Cup.
Sorry, Fed Cup.
Don't think I'm good enough for the Davis Cup yet, but.
But you haven't played too much Fed Cup in the past. What's your sort of reasoning for the change of routine for you? Is it something that you're really looking forward to?
Yeah, I've always, I've always been, a player that hasn't played a very full schedule in terms of tournaments, in terms of Fed Cup. That's been no secret in my career. I've always tried to treat each tournament that I play as it is a Grand Slam, and it's a very big tournament, and not just playing tournaments to get matches or prepare for the next one, and also to save my body a little bit. I've been playing this tour for many years, and even though it seems like yesterday I just started, I am 27 years old. It's not like I have 10 more years ahead of me, and I also know what tournaments and what schedule works for me and not. Fed Cup, if you are going well, it takes about 3 weeks out of the schedule. It's a very they're kind of, even though some of them are home matches for me, it's actually not a home match since I don't live in Russia, so that becomes a little bit difficult. The timing has never been superb, as they're always after a Grand Slam, or in terms of April, it's always right before the clay season, and not the best time, for many players. So in terms of the scheduling and the amount of matches I played, it just hasn't really been the biggest priority.
Maria, it's a new year, everyone makes goals and resolutions. What are yours? Is it points, rankings, matches under your belt? What are you focused for 2015?
In terms of my tennis, or
Tennis.
yeah. Well, I think I just want to grow as a tennis player. I want to get better. I don't look at pinnacles or results as a resolution. I don't think many of us keep our resolutions anyway, so it's probably not a good not a good way to look at things. But yeah, I have so much experience behind my back, and I kind of know what works and what doesn't, but I still have the mentality and goals ahead of myself. I don't always like to share my goals because you kind of want to motivate yourself inside of your mind a little bit rather than sharing it with the whole world. But the biggest thing for me is to have that motivation. That's what keeps me going. I could have all the reasons in the world not to play the sport, but I love competing. There's nothing that gives you that type of adrenaline, and being out in front of thousands of some of your biggest fans in the world and trying to play the best tennis that you can.
Is that number one rank motivation up there?
I mean, it would definitely be great. The good thing about it is that I've been number one in the world. I've been fortunate enough to win all the majors, but I think if I focus on winning more matches, that will ultimately get you to a better spot anyways. So that's the way that I like to look at things.
Is there anything outside tennis that you wanted to achieve?
Well, health for me is one of my biggest priorities. Being healthy, trying to find time to spend with my friends and family as much as I can. Last year I spent Christmas on the plane, so it was a really nice to be able to spend it at home. I love that holiday very much, so it was just great to kind of have home time and spend with my parents and everyone.
Maria, you won your first Grand Slam on grass as a young teenager. Does it surprise you at all that in the end it was Roland Garros when you ended up breaking through from the first double major?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I would have guessed that as a teenager, because it was a surface that was very difficult for me to play on. I never quite thought I was physically capable of playing that many 7 matches against the top players in the world. I always felt like mentally I had to save myself a little bit. If I had gone to 3-hour match in the first week of the tournament, that kind of hurt me for the second, and I was never really prepared for that challenge. And I think that's the physical aspect of my game on clay has really improved, and I think that's what's kind of gotten me through.
If you were at an event where they let you choose what music you would walk onto court,
Right? What would it
your
be?
choice be?
Kind of depends, but I'm very much all over the map with music. It's sometimes Shakira, sometimes U2, sometimes a little bit of hip hop or Adele. Just depends on the moment. I don't really have a go-to song. So.
Maria, how many days off did you give yourself at the end of the season? Because you played the IPTL, didn't you?
I did, yeah. But that was that was about a month after my last match in Singapore. I think I took a couple of weeks off. I did a little bit of traveling as I spent some time in Asia. I promoted Sharapova in Tokyo. Then I had a little bit of a holiday with some of my friends, still in Asia. And then kind of flew around everywhere. I did a few around the world in a matter of a couple of weeks. It was nice to kind of have the month of December to just be in one place and train and get ready for the new year.